basically your bill on your gains was 100 basis points. That's 1%, right around 1% it was. Uh, and and that's a lot, right? If you compound that through all the up years that you're going to have of your life, and you compound that 1%, it turns out it's a huge amount of money.
What's been some of the biggest challenges you've seen with exit planning? And perhaps let's talk about a couple solutions that might be someone might consider.
Yeah, sure. So I'll talk about, because their taxes is extraordinarily complex. There are a lot of different dimensions to it. You mentioned your list was actually a very good list of the different parts of it that people think about for optimizing. We're focused on one narrow part, right? We manage liquid equity, bond, commodity investments, and we're focused on how can we make the taxable gains to those liquid investments minimize them, right? So just on that question, because that's the only thing I really know about, because that's what we focus on. What the problem is that you can invest in a great investment fund, but in a good year, and I'm thinking, just your plain Jane mutual funds, right, that you may be invested in your taxable accounts I'm talking about, and we've been through a few years. I can think of the year before last was a very good year, and a lot of funds during that year, for the tax brackets that we deal with in our business, basically your bill on your gains was 100 basis points. That's 1%, right around 1% it was, and that's a lot, right? If you compound that through all the up years that you're going to have of your life, and you compound that 1%, it turns out it's a huge amount of money. So what we want to do is, particularly on your average gains per year, about 6% per year, right? So it's 1/6 of your gains. That's a kind of a penalty. So what we do is we take an algorithmic approach, as we do with everything, right? Which is to try to minimize the exposure to taxes, right? But you need to do so with two minds, right? One is I want to minimize my taxes, but the other is I also want to maximize my return. And these are always in conflict with each other, right? They always are. It's a trade-off. So this is where algorithms become useful, because you want to minimize the trade-off, not changing your investment strategy so much that you reduce your return potential, but you might want to reduce it just a little bit algorithmically so that you can reduce the taxes a lot, right? This is the tension between these two factors. So that's what we take. We take an algorithmic approach. We have so that the investment strategy, on average, has a very low exposure to taxable gains. And then there are a bunch of things, trading strategies that we use underneath the hood to be able to operationalize that. But it starts with algorithmically determining the sweet spot between pursuing aggressive gains and reducing taxes.
Okay, that was awesome. Rewind that and go back. But the key is hire the who, don't be the how, and find someone like David who is detailed. And it sounds like it's a micro approach, right? A micro approach with just the 1%, but added up over time with an algorithm and a system and a process and a strategy that's going to get you these smaller wins. Is that a fair summary of what you're saying, David?
Yeah. I'm not sure what you meant by micro approach, but just to put numbers to it, right? If you can get that 1% per year of taxable gains down to 15 basis points, right? 1/7 of that. You're compounding your wealth now with almost no, not no, because it's 15 basis points, but with very little consideration of taxes with it. And that's the kind of thing that essentially we try to do for our strategies and for our clients.